We have one more week this week with our fourth quarter or winter workouts that we do, which is our preparation that leads into spring football. So, it allows us to get bigger, faster, stronger, conditioned, and a mindset to embrace the rigors of a 15 practice spring schedule. So, it's been a long time since we had pads on and were able to get out and compete. Our team is very eager to do so. We have an additional 20-plus guys between walk-on and scholarship players that are part of our team with our mid-year signees. We got some guys coming back from injuries. So excited to see our team compete and get better. Yeah, Frank Harris will be full go in spring practice and one of 5 quarterbacks competing and jockeying for the starting position. It's an interesting thing because in order for him to be acclimated mentally, physically, to be sharp and on point, he has to go full speed. And so you got to let him loose and let him go play, and you cannot restrain him or ask him not to be who he is. But at the same time, you're hopeful that we can get to this season with him to have him in position to be able to contribute to our football team. But we're excited that I'm excited for him that he has an opportunity to be back in position competing for the job. It was early on before we actually started these fourth quarter drills or winter conditionings, if you will, getting back to who we are, to our core beliefs, embracing doing hard things in inclement weather when it's 30 degrees at 5:50 a.m. and the convenience of going into the Convo or into the rec center. We're going to go back to what we always were, and that's a tough football team that's mentally and physically prepared to whatever may be thrown our way. Yeah, you know what? I trust us, and so we have guys that's been with us for several years that understand the expectation, that understand our culture, that have positioned themselves to now go to the forefront as full-time coaches and to see their development and now to allow them to have contributions as on-the-field coaches is a beautiful thing. We have some additions to our staff, personality-wise and character-wise, that just fit us ideal. Our players are super excited about the staff that we have right now. And so I think between player and coaches as well, you couldn't be more anxious to start the spring football season. Spring ball reveals that. We have some guys that have been exceptional in our winter workout sessions, guys like Carl Austin, who has demonstrated championship effort in any and everything that we've done. Guys like Brennan Johnson, who have stepped to the forefront, an experienced defensive line. Those guys who were pups when we got here are now, they're of age and have gone to the forefront, guys like Justin Macklin, guys like Eric Banks, King Newton, Balin Baker. So we have an experienced group with that unit and feel very good about them and the way that they've been preparing as well. Yeah, well, consistency at the position more than understanding the system, because it was musical chairs of health and production. And so, initially we go through spring, we're excited of what we have in Frank, and he goes down. Then after week 4 or 5, Cordell goes down. Then the next guy goes down. And so now we're playing JoJo, who's a true freshman who wasn't really anticipating. He gets nicked, and so we turn back to the 5th guy. And so I don't know if it was so much understanding the system more than the person under the helm, the quarterback position, getting consistent play from it. Now, a lot of that is contribute to the team, to the skill guys that have to make plays on the perimeter, to an offensive line that has to protect and has to create push, to backs that have to be able to make one guy miss. We have to complement and help one another, and so the onus don't fall on one person but on us collectively as an offensive unit. And then we got to do a better job of putting them in position to make the plays that they need to. And I thought in the last 2 weeks of the season, you started seeing sparks of that when, we transitioned Jeff Castle to the play caller. It was more light at the end of the tunnel, if you will, because he understood the things that I expected and the things that we had discussed over the years and how we've evolved as a team. And I think we will be more of that. I know we will be more of that this year because there's a better communication line, if you will, between the coordinator, the head coach, and the entire unit. We want to get better. We want to develop. We want to take the guys that are new to our team that came in this mid-year, acclimate them have a better understanding of a system. We want to take those guys who are a year or even veteran players and continue to refine those guys to be quality, that the first guy, the second guy, the third guy, that as a team we get better and we're able to go into a summer session leading into a fall camp that propels us into a season because of the readiness and preparation of embracing doing hard things. This winter workout session was very trying for our guys, but they embraced it and they excelled well. This spring will be a rugged spring for us. We're not cutting corners. We're not trying to find the comfortable thing to do. We're going to do uncomfortable things and be comfortable doing them in this season. We're going to do what we do best, and I think a mental approach of physicality, of toughness, of playing and doing hard things will be embraced by this team.